All right, guys. So here's a Politico article that came out a couple days ago that I wanted to share with you. Kamala Harris is telling her advisors and allies to keep her political options open. She could run for president or California governor. Kamala Harris has been lying low since her defeat in the presidential race, unwinding with family and senior aides in Hawaii before heading back to the nation's capital. I will say, I don't want to be too nitpicky here, but when your argument before the election is he's a fascist and democracy is on the line and it's all about to be over, to just sort of casually take a vacation in Hawaii afterwards, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sort of an admission that you were being hyperbolic and you weren't convinced of the dangers of Trump as much as you presented it, right? I don't like that. I don't like that. All right, let's continue. But privately, the vice president has been instructing advisors and allies to keep her options open, whether for a possible 2028 presidential run or even to run for governor in her home state of California in 2 years. As Harris has repeated in phone calls, I am staying in the fight. She is expected to explore those and other possible paths forward with family members over the winter holiday season, according to 5 people in the Harris inner circle who were granted anonymity to discuss internal dynamics. Her deliberations follow an extraordinary 4 months in which Harris went from President Joe Biden's running mate to the top of the ticket, re-energizing Democrats before ultimately crashing on election night. She doesn't have to decide if she wants to run for something again in the next 6 months, said one former Harris aide. The natural thing to do would be to set up some type of entity that would give her the opportunity to travel and give speeches and preserve her political relationships. Most immediately, Harris and her advisors are working to define how and when she will speak out against Trump and reassert her role in the Democratic Party. Closing out her term as vice president, she's set to preside over certifying the November election she lost to Trump and then appear at the once and future president's inauguration on January 20th. Quote, there will be a desire to hear her voice and there won't be a vacuum for long. At the same time, Harris and her husband will have a long checklist to plow through before they leave the Naval Observatory for good. So anyway, on the table is running for president again or running for governor of California. Look, if I have to pick between the two, for the love of God, please run for governor of California, please. We're doing all these postmortems. We're doing the political autopsy of the Kamala campaign. And anybody who's honest is coming away with some conclusions. You did this wrong, you did that wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. And sorry, it didn't work out. You just weren't the one, right? And I want our analyses to matter. I want our autopsies to matter. I want the lessons to be learned. I want solutions moving forward. And to just sort of run it back, I don't know. But having said that, again, I'm very humbled with my ability to do predictions. And I feel like, as much as I feel like, hey, it'd be like 2020 again and she would flame out early on, it's also possible now she has the most name recognition in the Democratic Party. And we just saw Trump lose to Biden and then come back and win. So am I so confident that Democratic voters won't just go for her again? No, I'm not. I'm not confident in that at all. I think for sure she'd do better than she did in the 2020 primary. Would she do well enough to win? Well, it depends who her opponents are and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm a fan of moving on personally. I actually think she ran a much better campaign than I thought she was capable of, if I'm being honest. I think her campaign in that short amount of time was way better than her 2020 primary campaign. I liked her pick for VP. I liked the $6,000 child tax credit. I liked banning price gouging on groceries. But I hated the Liz Cheney stuff. I hated the actually we're super hawkish on the border stuff. I hated the bro, I got a Glock stuff. I hated the pandering, right? The trying to find, it's Democratic egghead stuff. I'm going to try to find the exact path and press the right buttons to make you say, sure, I'll vote for you. But I don't know. I want somebody who actually really at their core has a philosophy, has an ideology, is willing to fight for it, is a populist, and is believed. I don't know. If you lose to Donald Trump after his 91 criminal charges and attempting to overthrow the last election and all the dirt he had on him, and talking about Arnold Palmer's cock and talking about deploying the U.S. military against our own people and all these, he had so many things going against him. So many. He was already a convicted felon. And you lost to him after that. It's just our faith in your ability to be the one to get us across the finish line is not there. It's not there. So, but I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. It's very possible she runs again. It's very possible she's the nominee again. I don't know. But I'm begging you, Kamala, please. Governor of California is just fine. Like, governor of California is just fine. You can workshop some policies there, do some half-decent things and take it from there. But I don't know. I kind of don't like, I genuinely don't like, when I was a kid, if you lost, it was just viewed as you're done. Until relatively recent, a decade ago it was like that with Mitt Romney. He lost, just bye-bye, gone, done. You're over. It's over with. Forget it. That's how it was. Al Gore, right? I mean, he won the popular vote, but he lost to George W. Bush. Just, all right, we're done here. Let's move along. I kind of like that better, both on the Democratic side and the Republican side, right? Like, let's evolve, let's move on, and let's adjust in the proper ways. So there you have it. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think she's going to do it? I don't think she even knows if she's going to do it, but she might want to do it. Again, how do you feel about that? Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.